right now, but I wanted to make this video. And I was at work. I made a video earlier. I'm making this video in comparison to that video, but this is also a video that is brought to you by Chantel's Thoughts. Look her up on Mixler app. Amazing woman. I just literally got through listening to her latest one called Snakes on the Ground. You're gonna have to listen to the podcast, listen to what she is saying, and really listen to all the details in order to understand what the header means. Snakes on the ground. But it's also the reason why I came up with the topic for this video, and that is, do people have your best interest at heart? And I've been wondering that myself, because I'm seeing people who, they say they are struggling. They say they want to make some extra money. They say this, they say that. They bring out all of the issues in their life. But the only thing that they are willing to do, or really willing to stick around for, or keep a grasp of, is their W-2 contracting job. Now, I'm not mad about it. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, to each his own. But why complain about it if you're not going to do anything different? And if there are people like myself, if there are people who are open-minded enough to let you know that there are other opportunities out there besides job opportunities, then why don't you look into that and give that a shot? But then again, I could also say, something? You could go on ahead and do what everybody else does and get another W-2 contracting job. Now, that's the obvious thing to do. Everybody works 2 W-2 jobs. Everybody works those. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, why does it keep saying W-2 contracting job? I'm saying this because I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from when I say this, because everyone has filled a W-2. Before that happens, you have to ask for and fill out an application. Okay, you're applying for a job, which is a business that somebody else owns. You are going to be put under a certain tax bracket. About the majority of us are. You're going to be paid every week or 2 weeks. Could be once every month, depending on if you want to climb up the corporate ladder. I'm just going to throw that out there because I'm going to be fair. And when things are even harder, the first thing you think about is getting a second job. So you're telling me that you are okay getting paid now, but getting taxed at a 25 to 33% ratio. Now, the taxes probably don't mean anything because you know that as an employee, as a member of a certain company, as a member of someone's work staff, you automatically know you're going to be paying taxes. Everyone does, no big deal. But would it bother you to know that that you could possibly be paying more in taxes than you're supposed to be? Once again, in case I lost you, would it bother you to know that it is possible that you are possibly paying more in taxes than you should be? Okay? Now, in my earlier videos, I've talked about getting ahead of inflation. We all know what inflation is. What is inflation? I'll go in and I'll let you know. Inflation is the constant fluctuation of prices rising, either every day or every year. And I believe it's a little bit every single day, if I'm not mistaken. I think between 1 to 3%, maybe a little more. I don't remember these statistics. I'm basically going off of what I've heard off of certain videos and what I've read online and certain books containing finance. But knowing some of these laws actually kind of makes me think about how I'm spending my money, if I'm spending it the right way, or should I say investing it in certain things, and how can I spread the word. Then again, I think spreading the word is kind of useless at this point in time. But I'm going to keep going about it because somebody has to wake people up to another way of using your money. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, with that being said, does it bother you to know that you are in the highest tax bracket by being an employee? If not once, but twice. Now, if you are a parent, doesn't matter what gender, if you are a parent, whether single or not, you may qualify for tax breaks for having children, being married, and etc. You may qualify for tax breaks. But if you are not a parent, I think it goes both ways. You're still being taxed the highest despite any tax breaks. Now, when I say tax breaks, I'm pretty sure everyone knows this, but for every tax break you have, the government gives you a certain amount of money. I'm sure everybody knows this. Well, as an employee, you get taxed the most because you're in the highest tax bracket. I mean, it's what they show us in the cash flow quadrant. And in my last few videos, I showed the cash flow quadrant. I've shown it basically speaks for itself. There's nothing else I can really say. I don't mean to be all fidgety, but I'm trying to get my words out right because it seems like people are more prone to working two jobs than they are a side business. A side business that, once again, when it comes to the cash flow quadrant, you are on the right-hand side. Now remember, on the left-hand side, you have the E's and you have the S's. With the right side, it is the B's and the I's. Now, knowing this, should you choose to cross over from one side to the other, not saying it's going to be instant, not saying you're going to see profit instantly, but if you were to cross over from one side of the quadrant to the other, that's where all the tax breaks are. That's where the long-term wealth is. Sadly to say, after learning that the E's and the S's are taxed the most, I realized I need to open a home-based business. Because the government is willing to give you free money if you are willing to earn an income by a certain code. Basically, from what I've looked into, they are more than willing to back you up in opening and running a small home-based business if you are willing to stick it out and do everything the correct way. Now, for the record, in the last few videos, I had someone tell me that because I was in a storage shed on my job, promoting content, promoting each one of my businesses, that apparently it wasn't very professional, or it wasn't projecting being successful. Sorry, but as far as I'm concerned, I may not have all the money in the world, but the fact that I am using my money in a different way, the fact that I am willing to document everything as per the higher ups the government wants, if they are willing to compensate me extra throughout the year just for trying to open a business and trying to enroll others into it and doing the exact same thing over and over again, I am willing to do that, no matter how long it takes. Because that's free money from the government for opening up a business and producing content and letting people know about this business and enrolling or hiring other people who want to get in this business, who are interested in long-term wealth. That's basically what a small home-based business is all about. That's basically what network marketing is all about. And for the record, you can call it a scam all you want, but it is the exact same thing that big businesses like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Popeyes, KFC, the list goes on. And those are just fast food places. We have Target, Walmart, Best Buy. Plenty of those places are businesses where you shop at every single day. You get taxed on everything you buy, every single time you buy something. But other than that, it's probably a place you've thought about applying for a job yourself. So not only are you paying and getting taxed when you buy something from there, but even if you work from a place like that and get a discount, which most employers do give discounts to their employees or work staff, you're still getting taxed on that money still. So either way, you're getting taxed, which means that you're losing more money to the government throughout the year. But you never think about that because you only think with an employee mindset. And an employee mindset is I work for money, and before I get paid, my money gets taken off the very top, which means in the very top, that is your taxes. You know you pay taxes, so you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, please feel free to like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get all the rest of my videos, much like this one, so I can throw some more knowledge your way. Like I said, I only produce content and I enjoy sharing what I've learned so that more people have an idea for themselves that there's more options, and since there's more options, there's more for you to do and there's more for you to gain. Is there a potential loss? Yes, there is. But as far as I'm concerned, how much money have I lost over the years before I knew about opening up a home-based business? And that's money, that's not just money, but including tax dollars. Because remember, every dollar we spend on something, there's tax included. Not to mention the debt that most of us Americans are in. But that's a topic for a different video. Okay? All I'm saying is that if you enjoy being an employee, don't expect fast wealth. Expect to work hard, and that's depending on if you have children or not. If you have children, you're more likely ahead of the game. But for all the single people out there like myself, if all you're willing to do is work a home-based business, work a W-2 contract job, let alone 2 of them, maybe 3. Some of you are bold enough to push 3. I know some people who are bold enough to do it. For those of you who are willing to do it, more power to you. More power to you. More love to you. I wish you the best. Don't work too hard, but it would be a much bigger benefit. Even if you're only willing to work 2 jobs, if you went on ahead and got into a small business and just produced a little bit of content, produced a business card here, a flyer there, something like that. Let someone know that you are starting a home-based business. Do you know anybody else who wants to make some extra money? That's all there is. All you have to do is ask. For anyone who's not interested, fine, they're not interested. For anybody else who can pass the word on, whether they're interested or not, that's great. For those who don't want to have anything to do with it, don't even want to help out, in that case, let them do their own thing. They're of no use to you. You can't do anything with people who are going to be no use to you. And sad part is, and I am not putting anyone on the spot, but I kind of feel it myself, so I'm going to say it. There's really no point in even hanging out with your friends because your friends aren't interested in helping you out as well. They're not going to try and help you be successful in something you really want to do so that you don't have to worry about working anymore. As far as you're concerned, if you are interested in starting a home-based business, you're in it by yourself. You're going to have to find totally new people, totally different people. I don't mean for this video to be this long, but this one was a bit more personal and it was a bit more on the topic. Next video I come out with is definitely going to be more to the topic of what Miss Chantel was talking about on the Mixler app podcast. Once again, give her a big shout out. I'm looking forward to seeing her blow up. She is a very good friend of mine. I'm looking forward to seeing her next podcast. The last podcast, once again, that I did get to listen to was Snakes on the Ground. So my next video will probably be something similar to that one. You guys have a great day and a great evening, a great night, depending on when you're seeing this. Love, peace, namaste.